it's Jenny with Jenny's Wreath Boutique, and today I'm going to show you first how I make this into a year-round magnolia wreath or fall magnolia wreath that's very neutral. And then I'm going to show you how to turn that greenery wreath into a fall wreath or a Christmas wreath, so you can use the same wreath and use it for different seasons. Okay, let's get started. First, I'm going to trim the wreath frame. This is a 14-inch size wreath, and it will make a magnolia wreath that is about 21 or 22 inches wide. If you want a really big magnolia wreath, you can use the 18-inch size, and that will give you about a 26 or 27-inch diameter. So I have my bush of magnolia leaves. They're brown on the back and they're nice and green on the front. I like to cut them in a section of 3 leaves. For this wreath, we're going to use the front and the back of the leaves. So what I like to do is I like to inspect all the leaves on the front, and if they look good, I'll keep them that way, and if there's a scratch or something that's messed up on them, I will turn that and use that back part for the brown. Sometimes you'll get a good, and when I use the back side, I cut those individually, so I'll have 3 individual leaves, and then I'll have my sets of 3 over here. And these aren't bad, they're just not the best looking ones. Actually, they're all pretty good looking. I don't know if you can see how this one has just a tiny little speck that's not perfect. It's probably going to be hidden anyway, but I'm going to use that as a separate one. And I use about 2 bunches for this size wreath. And I had some extra single ones over here. Okay, and first what I'm going to do is just lay it in. I'm going to stick it in and glue it. The next step is use one of your single leaves and put that one in backwards so that the brown side is showing. I like to fan it out just a little bit. And then we're going to rotate back to the 3-leaf bundle. And then back to a brown one, and I'm going to do another set of 3 here. And these are bendable at the stem. That's a nice thing about faux florals is you can bend them however you want. And then this time, to mix it up a little bit, I'm going to put 2 brown leaves. That makes it look a little bit more natural. And then I will begin again on the same pattern. And this wreath will look gorgeous on its own. I've had lots of customers order this, especially for summer or fall. But then I'm also going to show you how to dress it up for fall or winter or Christmas. So you can use the same wreath over and over for every season. I use Gorilla Glue, which is a little bit slower to dry, but it's the strongest hot glue in my opinion. Measuring my wreath to make sure it's at least 21 inches. This one's about 22 or 23 from leaf tip to leaf tip. Since this is going to a customer, I want to make sure it's the right size. I measure every single wreath before it goes out, so I'm 100% sure it is the size I said it is. I don't know if you can see, this has a little piece that's not perfect, so I'm going to make sure this one's upside down. And then I'll end this wreath with 2 brown pieces. There it is so far. So I have a lot of fall magnolia wreaths of different kinds. So I'm going to show you how I make one of them. This one has little acorns and fall colored eucalyptus and orange berries. And here's the acorns. This is actually the last one of the season. I just sold out of these yesterday. So this is the wreath base I use for all of my seasonal magnolia wreaths for fall and for winter and Christmas. So I make a lot of these this time of year. So for this wreath, if you want to reuse it every season, I wouldn't glue them in, just stick them into the grapevine so they don't fall. But I'm going to glue these because this is for a customer. And you could also glue them and rip them out. They're just hard to rip out. So I'm just going in between the leaves and into the grapevine, trying to make it look as natural as possible. I'm going to be using 5 pieces. I'm going to be using 5 pieces of the eucalyptus. I like to work in odd numbers. It's more appealing. So try and spread them as evenly as you can. Okay, next we're going to do our orange berries. I love these. These have been so popular this year. I've put them in everything, and I cannot keep them in stock. So I'm going to be putting the orange berries in between each of the eucalyptus pieces. I'm just gluing and sticking them into the grapevine. Once you have your magnolia wreath base, this part is just so easy, and you can dress it up in whatever kind of color combination or florals you like. It makes it really easy to change it up when you have a good solid base. So we have so far. And then I love the acorns. They add such a pretty fall texture. And I kind of just scatter these around about the same distance away, but it doesn't have to be perfect. Just make it look natural. That's one thing I love about this wreath, is it looks real. It looks so real and natural, but it's not. So this will last you for so many years. Here is our first wreath. This is the fall wreath, and then I'll show you how to do a winter wreath. Okay, now we have another magnolia wreath base, and this one is going to be made into a Christmas wreath. So I have these magnolia blooms, so pretty. They've got little buds. They're very realistic looking. And then I have this evergreen bush with some really pretty pine cones on it. And that's it. So first, I'm going to make sure these pine cones are where I want them. Which means I'm going to untwist it, put it up higher. I'm also going to use these in a different part. So, dab of glue to keep my pine cone in place. So since this one doesn't have as much greenery connected, I'm going to grab some from over here and just glue it on. See how it has these little pegs? I'm gluing right there. See that? glue this to the other side. There, that looks so much better. And then I'm going to glue my pine cone thing so it doesn't move. Okay. So first we're going to put our pine cones with our greenery in. This looks like a little bit long. So you want to put it in so your greenery shows up, but doesn't go out too far, and so you can see your pine cone. And these are a little bit on the heavier side, so you want to make sure not only are you gluing them in, you need to get a really good tight squeeze in there so it has a good grip. Okay, so now we have our 3 pine cones in. Now in between those, we're going to add these. I mean, even just like this, it is just gorgeous. You can even leave it like this and just add a bow, and it would be perfect for Christmas. Isn't that gorgeous? Add a bow and then take the bow off when you want to have it just for winter. But I'm also going to add some of these in, adding a little more texture and that evergreen look. It just makes it look so full. Gorgeous. Now that we have all our greenery all in, isn't that so pretty? I'm going to add that pop of white. Just gives it that little extra prettiness. So I'm just kind of chopping up this piece. I'm cutting these, just making them individuals. So I've got 3 blooms and 3 buds with no flowers, and then an extra bud. And I like to put the extra bud close to the smaller flower. Kind of gives it something. So now I'm going to glue each of these flowers. I'm going to glue each of these in between the pine cones. And now I'm gluing all the buds in between, so there's at least 1 twig bud thing. There it is, our Christmas wreath. Before I forget, I want to let you know that you can also add red berries into this wreath. That would be really pretty, just in between the flowers, just like we added the orange berries. Just like we added the orange berries to this wreath, you can add red berries to this wreath. And there you have it. Here's our fall magnolia wreath and our winter magnolia wreath, or Christmas. Which one do you like better? You don't have to pick. They're two different seasons. You can put one of each up. These are available in my shop also. If you'd rather have me make one for you, I would be happy to do that. And I'll link my shop below. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Be sure to subscribe. Hit the like button if you enjoyed this video, and I'll know to make more like it. And share it with your friends. I would appreciate it so much. Bye.